Hello pen testers, this is Puneet Darji back again with another cloud pen testing video, and in this video we are going to talk about privilege escalation vulnerability scenarios. Although I have already created a video where I have explained what is IAM managed policy, inline policy, and how to get the details of the policy, etc. Also, I have performed the privilege escalation attack, and the lab was based on the Rion's cloud lab. I will provide the link is in description box and in I button, so you will check out that video as well. So in this video, the labs are totally new, and these scenarios are based on my experience during my cloud pen testing. So without wasting your time, let's get into the video, and this is the also continuation of the previous videos. So let's start our video. First attack is using the IAM Put Role Policy. So what is IAM Put Role? So it adds or update an inline policy document that is embedded in the specified IAMA role. So let's perform the practical so you will get the better understanding. This is the first scenario of privilege escalation. So IAM Privilege Escalation. So I have already performed the SSRF attack and get the cloud pen test role credentials. So as you can see over here, access key, secret key, and the token. So let's configure the profile. CMD, let me open CMD, and here I am giving the command AWS configure and configuring this profile. So profile, and the profile name is privilege escalation. So profile name is privilege escalation, and just replace the access key ID and secret key. So I have already explained this stuff in the previous videos. So US East 1 and give the output none. So just set the token. So in the Windows system you have .aws and credentials file, and in the if you have the Linux system, then you have in the root directory the .aws credentials files. So I have already explained this in the previous video. I will provide the link in description box as well. So just pass the AWS STS get caller identity and give the profile the privilege escalation. Just copy and paste. So as you can see, it is the assume role that has a policy. The role is attached cloud pen test role, and this cloud pen test role is attached to this particular EC2 instance. So as we know, or we already know, we need to identify the managed policies and the inline policies. So always check with the policies. So for that, pass the command. Let's pass the command AWS IAM list attach policy. So this will give you the list all the managed policies. So give the role name. Role name is here cloud pen test role, and give the profile privilege escalation and hit the enter. So as you can see, there is no attach managed policy, though no managed policies are attached. So let's check for the inline policy. So for inline policy, remove this attach and hit the enter. So we have cloud pen test inline policy. So okay, now let's say which are the permissions we have in the inline policy. So for that, give the AWS IAM Get Role Policy. So this already I have done in previous video. So as you can see, we have the put role policy, IAM Get Star and IAM List Star. So just let's check with the S3 bucket. Are we able to get the list of buckets or not? So pass the AWS S3 ls and pass the profile. So here profile is privilege escalation. So just copy this privilege escalation and hit the enter. So as you can see, it is showing the access denied. Now let's perform the privilege escalation task. So we have these policies, the put role policy. So this will help us to update the inline policy, and as you know, the inline policy is a cloud pen test inline policy. It is the name of the inline policy. So let's update the cloud pen test inline policy. So before the updating the inline policy, we require the policy.json that we have created the allow star means administrator policy. So let me show you that document as well. Before that, just let me show you that particular policy.json file. So here I have started the PowerShell get policy.json, and here it is the policy.json that we are going to attach and replace this policy. So as you can see, it is action star, that means it's administrator policy. So now let's update the policy AWS IAM and put role policy. Here pass the role name. So role name is the cloud pen test underscore role, and give the policy name. So policy name is here the policy name cloud pen test inline policy, and pass the policy document policy-document. So policy document is policy.json. This is a file. So this is the policy.json file that we are going to attach, and profile. So profile is privilege escalation. Just copy the privilege escalation, and here we go. So it is now it is the policy is updated. The administrative policy is attached. Now we are admin. So let me show you. Just copy the get rule policy and paste it, and here we go. So we have the attached policy star. We are the admin now, and before that, previously it is this policy. Now this is the updated policy action star. So now perform S3ls and give the profile. So here profile is a privilege escalation, and hit the enter, and here we go. We get all the S3 bucket with the background music that indicates you are admin now. We all know this is just for fun. Anyways, this is all about the privilege escalation with the IAM Put Role Policy. So IAM Put Role Policy that adds or update an inline policy document that is embedded in the specified IAM role. So in our task, the inline policy name is cloud underscore inline underscore policy, and we have updated with action star permission. So this is administrator permission. So this is all about the privilege escalation vulnerability with IAM Put Role Policy. Let's discuss the second scenario of IAM Privilege Escalation using IAM Create Policy version. It is really interesting policy to perform the privilege escalation. So first of all, what is IAM Create Policy version? It creates a new version of a specified managed policy. To update a managed policy, you need to create a new version. A managed policy can have up to 5 versions. So if you want to create a 6th version, you must delete an existing version using delete policy version policy before you create a new version. In other words, you can create only up to 5 versions of managed policy. The IAM Create policy grants the permission to set a new version as a default using set as a default parameter and making it instantly effective. This presents an opportunity for the privilege escalation and full account takeover through granting all the privileges on all resources. So without wasting your time, let's dive into the practical so you will get the more clarity. This is another scenario of privilege escalation. So we have cloud pen test role, and we have performed the SSRF vulnerability and get the credentials. So this already I have explained in previous videos. So get STS, get caller identity, and passing the profile privilege escalation. So I have already created this profile privilege escalation. So if you are not aware of this thing, watch the previous videos. So here you can see the cloud pen test role that is attached to this particular EC2 instance. Now, as always, check the manage policy and inline policies. So I'm checking with the manage policies. So AWS IAM list attach policies, list attach rule policy. So this is the command to get the manage policies detail. Then rule name. So rule name is the cloud pen test rule, and give the profile and just give the profile and hit the enter. So we have manage policy EC2 run only, and this is the policy ARN. Now check with the inline policy. So AWS, let me check the inline policy. I think it's a rule policy only. So IAM list rule policy. So just list hyphen rule policies and give the rule name. So rule name is a cloud pen test rule. Just copy this cloud pen test and the profile and hit the enter. So here we get the inline policy name. So now what are the permissions we have given to this policy? So check the AWS IAM get rule policy, and give the policy rule name and policy name. So here the rule name and policy name hyphen policy hyphen name, and give the cloud pen test inline policy and give the profile. So here we go. So we have the IAM star and IAM create policy version. So inline policy, we have this permissions. Now check with the EC2 or manage policy details. So for that we require the version, and then with the version ID we get the details. So IAM get rule policy and hit the enter. And yeah, we need to give the policy name. So hyphen policy name. Policy name is the EC2 run only. Let me check whether the policy name or the policy ARN. It's policy ARN actually. So let me check the command. So IAM get policy and give the policy ARN. This will give you the policy details, manage policy details, and give the profile and hit the enter. So this will return the policy details. In the policy version ID, we will get the what kind of permissions we have given to this EC2 run only. So AWS IAM get policy version. So in the V1 version, we have what kind of permissions we have given. So policy ARN till the profile and pass the version ID hyphen version ID. This will return the what kind of permissions we have given to EC2 run only. So it is allow EC2 run instance. This is the manage policy. With the help of EC2 run only, we can run the instance. Now let's perform the privilege escalation. So before that, let me show you, are we able to get the S3 details or not. Let me clear just AWS and let's check. It is only run EC2 instance. Run instance policies action is given to EC2 run only, and here we have create policy version. So that two policies we have given only. So with the help of that, we will perform the privilege escalation. And before that, let's check, are we able to get the S3 buckets or not. So let's perform the AWS S3 LS and pass the profile. So profile is the privilege escalation, and here as you can see, it's access denied. So list bucket operation, access denied. Now let's perform the privilege escalation. So create a policy version, and here pass the policy ARN. So policy ARN, just copy from above. Just let me remove and paste it over here, and give the policy hyphen document. So in the document, let me show you. So as you can see, cat policy.json, it action is star. That means all permissions we are going to attach. And this is the privilege escalation vulnerability. So we are giving the star permission. So we will be able to get all the admin access. So let's check. So policy document and give the policy.json, and here give the file and policy.json, give the profile. So here, before that, just set as a default policy. That means this will be considered as a default policy that we are going to give action star. So set as a default and pass the profile. So profile is a privilege escalation. Let me copy and paste it over here, and as you can see, this is the create policy version. This is the policy ARN, the EC2 policy ARN, EC2 run only policy ARN. So as you can see above, it's EC2 run only. That will be action star and set as the default policy. So, and profile that we have given. And here you can see we get the output version ID 2 and is default version true. So the new policy is attached and it is considered as a default version. So when we will perform the this command v2, so we will get the action star, and here we go. So this is the privilege escalation. So before that it is the EC2 run instance policy only, that action is attached. Now it is a action star. So previously v1 is the version, now it is a v2 default version. So here this is the AWS privilege escalation, IAM privilege escalation. Now let's perform S3LS and check the profile. Now we will able to get the S3 details, S3 bucket details. So this is all about the privilege escalation with the help of create policy version. In summary of the attack, what are the steps that we have followed? First of all, we got the credentials and set up the profile, privilege escalation. Then we have checked the manage policy. The manage policy name is EC2 run only. Then we in the manage policy EC2 run, we have access of EC2 run instance. Then we have checked the inline policy, cloud pentest underscore inline underscore policy. In the inline policy, we got to know that we have access of IAM Create Policy version. Then we have created a policy version v2 and attached the policy.json with action star and set as a default policy, and boom, we were able to access S3 bucket. So this is all about the IAM privilege escalation with IAM Create Policy version. Let's start with another IAM privilege escalation scenario, and this is something out of the box. So we have already get the credentials and set up the profile. The profile name is privilege escalation, and here I am passing the AWS STS get caller identity and giving the profile. So profile name is privilege escalation and hit the enter. So it is giving the cloud pen test rule that is attached to this EC2 instance, and as always check the manage policy and inline policy. So here we don't have any manage policies. Then check with the inline policy, and this is the command and hit the enter. So we have inline policy. Now get the rule policies. So this command will give you the rule policy, the role name and policy name we need to pass. So here we have the create policy profile, add to instance profile, IAM PassRole. This is the main culprit for the privilege escalation, and the EC2 instance run instances. So now let's check with the IAM list rules, which are the rules is there. So let's check with the IAM profile and giving the profile name, the privilege escalation, and hit the enter. So we have the administrator access, and this is the another rule, and these are the rules, but we are more focusing on the administrator access. Now let's attach this role to instance profile. Now let's create the instance profile. So here give the command create instance profile, and give the instance profile name -- instance profile name. So whenever you spin up the EC2 instance, it will automatically create instance profile, but we are doing the manually. So here I am giving the instance profile name IAM Esc, and then just give the profile, the configure profile. So here the configure profile is privilege escalation, and hit the enter. So we have instance profile name created, IAM Esc is created. Now let's attach the administrator role to this particular EC2 instance. So AWS add the role to instance profile. So here instance profile and instance profile name. So here instance profile name is IAM Priv Esc. So here, and pass the role name. So role name is administrator access. So here we are adding the role to this instance profile, privilege escalation instance profile, and give the profile and hit the enter. Oops, we are missing something. Okay, it's a spelling mistake. Let me check. Add to, let me CLS. It's a instance pro spelling mistake. Instance, and hit the enter. So means instance profile is created. The administrator role is attached to IAM Priv Esc instance profile. So here we have the cloud pen test role. Now let me check the list instance profiles. So just checking the how many instance profiles are there. So whether we have created instance profile is created or not. Again we are missing something. Okay, this time profile spelling mistake. So profile, and so as you can see, cloud pen test profile is created, where it is that is attached to current role, the cloud pen test. We have the default SSM instance profile, then we have another different profile. We are focusing on this IAM Priv Esc and attached to administrator access. So we have successfully created the instance profile as well and attached to the administrator access role. Now it's time to perform the privilege escalation. So here EC2, and run the instances and give the image. So image ID, and here I am passing the image ID. So this is the Linux image ID, and pass the instance type. So I will give you this command in the GitHub, and then IAM instance profile that we have created, and give the name. So what is the name? IAM Priv Esc, and give the user data. So user data is the a manual option. Here I want to get the reverse shell, that's why I'm giving, because I want the administrator access. So it will give you the administrator access credentials. So let me show you the reverse.sh. Let me show you reverse.sh. So here it's a simple bash script that give you the IP address and port number. So here it's I have already spin up the EC2 instance with the IP address. Let me clear, and here you can see public IP address, and let me start the NC. So here 9999, and as you can see over here in the bash script we have given to 9999 and hit the enter. Okay, again we are spelling mistake. Okay, it's instances, not the instances, and hit the enter. So it's initialize the EC2 instance. Let's check the instance ID is this T2 micro, and important thing is instance profile, the IAM Privilege Escalation. So that means it's attached the administrator access. So here just wait for the reverse connection or reverse shell. So just waiting. And here we go, we get the connection received. So here just pass the who am I, and here you can see we are the root access, we have root access. Now let's capture the credentials using the metadata. So here curl 169.254.169.254/latest and hit the enter. Again, let me copy this command first, and copy, Control V, and metadata /metadata. Let me copy and hit the enter. Again the paste it and in the IAM. So just copy again and security credentials, paste it and copy, paste. So just copy this entire command, and as you can see we have the administrator access role. So get the credentials from the administrator access role. So just copy administrator access, just copy and Control V. Just ignore the background music. So just now we have the credentials. Now let's configure the profile. New profile we are going to configure. So here AWS S3LS. Let me show you with the help of privilege escalation profile. Are we able to get the S3 data or not? S3 bucket list or not? So here we don't have the access. So access denied with the help of the privilege escalation. Now we will create a new profile, and then we will perform the S3LS command and give the profile. So EC2 pre-ESC, and then pass the access ID. So here just copy the access ID and paste it, then give the secret key. So just copy the secret key and paste it. Now just give the default region US East 1, and in Windows system .aws folder has the credentials files where you need to set the AWS _session_token. So just I am configuring the token. So in Windows system that I mentioned .aws folder as credentials file. So I have already explained in previous video. So I have configured the profile. Now let's pass the STS get caller identity, and let me pass the newly created profile. So profile is EC2 Priv ESC and hit the enter. So as you can see, the administrator access is attached to this particular EC2 instance. So we have successfully performed the privilege escalation. Now let's try with AWS S3LS with the newly created profile. So Priv ESC, EC2 Priv ESC, and boom. So we have now S3 bucket policy details. So this is all about the vulnerability. Let's understand the main culprit of the attack, IAM PassRole. So what is IAM PassRole? IAM PassRole is IAM permission that allows the user to assign any existing role to any resource, but one condition. One condition is attachment of role is when you create a resource. Means we have administrator access rule that we have assigned to instance profile IAM Priv ESC, but the role is assigned when we have created new EC2 instance. So important thing is you need to listen very carefully. Whenever you create an EC2 instance, it will create a default instance profile. The profile is not visible in AWS console. We have created instance profile and attached the administrator access rule manually to the instance profile IAM Priv ESC, and then we have launched the new EC2 instance and perform the privilege escalation. Let's discuss what are the steps we have followed to perform the privilege escalation. So first we have captured the credentials, then we have configured the profile, privilege escalation, then get the manage and inline policy details where we have identified the roles. The rules are like IAM PassRole, EC2 run instance, create instance profile, add to instance profile, IAM list star and get star permissions. Then we have check all the rules with the help of command list rules where we have identified the administrator access with the assume role. Then we have created instance profile IAM Priv ESC and attach the administrator access role to the instance profile. Then we have created the new EC2 instance with the IAM instance profile IAM Priv ESC with the reverse shell to obtain the credentials. Then we have created and configured the new profile EC2 Priv ESC, and we have successfully accessed the S3 buckets. So these are the steps that we have followed. So one more important thing. So this is the privilege escalation with the IAM PassRole EC2 instance where we have created instance profile. So if you have the IAM PassRole with the lambda admin function or lambda star function, then you can directly attach the role where you don't need to create any instance profile. Let's summarize this video. So these are the three scenarios we have discussed in this video, IAM privilege escalation. So first scenario is using the IAM Put Role Policy. Second is the IAM Create Policy version, and third is the IAM PassRole. So these are the three scenarios. Also we have discussed the also I have already created a video about the privilege escalation. You can check it out as well. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you like this video. If you like, then share with your InfoSec friends and subscribe our channel. If you have any question, do let me know in comment section, and you can ask me on my LinkedIn at Puneet Darji. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching.